Good evening, and welcome to the Vintage High School Choir Department's second virtual concert, Spring into Song. I'm Mark Teeters, Director of Choirs at Vintage, and along with my co-teacher and accompanist Liz Amendola, we appreciate you being here in support of our students tonight. I'm so proud of our choir students for their perseverance, and I'm impressed by their courage in coming in by themselves to our district-approved socially distanced recording sessions. They sang alone in a sanitized room so their voices could be recorded individually and then mixed together to create the virtual performances you will hear tonight. As always, the students have taught us more than ever about resiliency, creativity, and the importance of showing up. We will sincerely miss our 12th graders who have contributed so much over the years and have adjusted to different ways of enjoying and celebrating their senior year. If you would like to get in touch with us, view tonight's concert again, or donate to the program, there will be a slide after our last song with a link to our website. Now please sit back and enjoy the show.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style no one else could play. He was the top man of his craft, but then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cab went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toot, a lot, a toot. He blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes the company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He's some boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he is busy as a buzzy bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump and into the bar. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He blows it into the bar. He can't play a note, so bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes the company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bride. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toot, a toot. He blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Kyrie eleison is a short but sweet piece written by the German composer Hans Leo Hassler and part of the larger work Missa Secunda. This song is a simple one with many lyrics like Kyrie eleison being repeated many times. This 17th century song's name and many of its lyrics, Kyrie eleison, translate to Lord have mercy, with other lyrics like Christe eleison translating to Christ have mercy. These two phrases make up the entire song's lyrics, which give it a simple yet meaningful message. But the musical fluidity of the song is what truly propels it to its status today. Despite its short length, this piece has many harmonies and many blissful melodic patterns throughout, with every vocal part complementing the other. And being embellished from beginning to end, Kyrie eleison makes for a great hymn to be enjoyed by anyone fortunate enough to hear it.
Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison,
Christe, Christe eleison, Christe eleison, Christe eleison, Christe eleison, Christe eleison, Christe eleison.
Kyrie eleison,
Hello, my name is Kaylee Wilkins from Vintage's Concert Choir. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and others, for joining us this evening for our performance. We are more than grateful for all of your love and support. This next song praises the act of rejoicing with the love in our hearts. The Latin song Exultate Justi in Domino, arranged by Brant Adams, roughly translates to rejoicing the Lord and how we can get through rough times if we just believe in ourselves. A lyric from the song, Salite Ili, translates to they sing, and how this song can help relieve one's in pain, and how music can really just help us all. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this performance.
Exultate Justi in Domino.
exultate Justi in Domino. Exultate,
Exultate,
exultate, exultate Justi in Domino, Domino. Exultate Justi in Domino, Domino.
rectus decet collaudatio
In Domino, rectus decet collaudatio in Domino.
Confidemi Domino, 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 incitara.
Salterio decem cordarum. Salite ili, salite ili, salite ili, salite ili, salite ili, salite ili, confitemi Domino.
She Used to Be Mine by Sarah Bareilles, arranged by Mac Duff, is a song that sends the message that we are better than we think. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She's messy, but she's kind. Are meaningful lyrics from the song that call to mind that sometimes we are so blinded by our imperfections that we don't see the perfect quality in us, and occasionally need a little nudge to be reminded.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me, that these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She's gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. And now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two for the girl that I knew who was reckless just enough, who gets hurt but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She's gone, but she used to be mine.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew up her bow, jib down, oh blow, my bully boys, blow.
Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on the ship a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore
He'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Huh! Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side harpooned and fought her when she dived down below.
For 14 days or even more, the wine went slack, then tight once more.
all boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go.
Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
For as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut and the whale's not gone.
The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Huh! Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. We'll take our leave and go.
We'll take our leave and
Take our leave and go. Huh!
This next piece is Bogorodice Dievo, composed by Sergei Vasilievich Rachmaninoff as part 6 of his 15-part work, The All-Night Vigil. The lyrics are a collection of chants traditionally used by the Russian Orthodox Church, with the original Church Slavonic being as follows. Bogorodice Dievo, raduйся, благодатная Мария, Господь с тобою, благословения те в женах, и благословен плод чрева твоего, яко спаса родила, еси душ наших. This is one of only 2 liturgical works composed by Rachmaninoff, with the other being the Liturgy of St. John Chrysostom. Rachmaninoff's exquisite skill is apparent in the subtle blending of tones, the complex yet not overwhelming harmony, and the dramatic crescendo, which is the hallmark of this piece.
The song that we will be singing today is I Live by One Republic. I think this is a very inspirational song because in the song it says, I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. This section of the song, he is saying that, yeah, life might be hard and there might be some ups and downs, but you can get through this. I think it's very important that we remember this because of COVID and the past year that we have, because things have been rough, but we can get through it.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall.
Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay.
Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know is give it all you have.
And hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all.
I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone,
I swear I lived.
Hope that you spend your days and they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh,
I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all.
I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone,
I swear I lived.
Whoa, whoa,
I swear I
with every broken bone, with every broken bone, I swear I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone,
I swear I lived. I swear I
A Thousand Years is a song recorded by American singer-songwriter Christina Perri and written by both Perri and David Hodges for the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1. A Thousand Years is simply made to be a love song. The lyrics, I have loved you for 1,000 years, and I'll love you for 1,000 more, are meant to show that their love was destined and how it is never ending, how even time cannot withstand it. And seeing how Twilight is based on a never-ending vampire falling in love, well, I'd say it's not too hard to come by. In all, 1,000 Years shows the power and the strength behind love, and how it is just one step closer every day.
Heartbeats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave, I will not let anything take away what's standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 One step closer. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more.
Going out tonight changes into something red. Her mother doesn't like that kind of
disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Even when the night changes, it will never change me and you. Chasing it tonight, doubts are running through her head. He's waiting, hides behind a cigarette. Heart is beating loud and she doesn't want it to stop. Moving too fast, moon is lighting up her skin. She's falling, doesn't even know it yet. Having no regrets is all that she really wants. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about you lately. Does it ever drive you crazy just how fast the night changes? Everything that you've ever dreamed of disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Even when the night changes, it will never change me and you. Going out tonight changes into something red. Her mother doesn't like that kind of dress. Reminds her of the missing piece of innocence she lost. Only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about you lately. Does it ever drive you crazy just how fast the night changes? Everything that you've ever dreamed of disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Even when the night changes, it will never change me and you.
Cielito Lindo is a traditional Mexican folk song, quite popular in Mexican culture. It is arranged by Barbara J. Harlow, but originally composed by Quirino Mendoza y Cortez. It is a song of love and unity. It shows how love can pull one out of the darkness, and in this time of struggle, those are important ideas to focus on. Singing can be very influential and brighten just about anyone's mood, so as you listen to this piece, remember, cantando se alegran los corazones. Singing gladdens the heart.
De la sierra morena, cielito lindo vienen bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra el cielito lindo los corazones. Es el lugar que tiene cielito lindo junto a la boca.
Esa noche, cielito lindo que a mí me toca.
Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra el cielito
The concert choir is going to perform You Will Be Found by Ben Spasek and is part of the Dear Evan Hansen musical. This song is about feeling alone in a world full of people. It is a message to everyone that you might feel like you are alone, but there are so many people around you that know what you're feeling and want to support you. I know what it feels like to be alone in a community full of people. I know what it feels like to be broken and to have your friends there to pick you up. We all feel alone sometimes in what we are feeling or what we are going through. And we wouldn't have gotten through those rough days without that person that asked how we were doing. Pasek writes, you can reach out your hand. Reach out to your friends or even strangers. One question of how are you doing can help more than you can imagine. And just remember that if you feel alone, you will be found.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
So let that lonely feeling wash away, 'cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone.
If you only say the word, from across the silence, your voice is heard.
Oh,
Someone will come running
oh,
to take you home.
to take you home. Someone will come running to take you home, to take you home,
Take you home.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground,
when you're broken on the ground.
You will be found.
So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. 'Cause when the dark comes crashing through, you will be found. When you need someone to carry you, you will be found. You will be found.
Candy, she's sweet like candy in my veins. Baby, I'm dying for another taste.
And every night my mind is running around her. The thunder's getting louder, louder.
Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle. I can't let you go now that I got it. All I need is to be struck by your electric love. Baby, your electric love. Electric love. Drown me, you make my heart beat like the rain. Surround me and hold me deep beneath your wings.
And every night my mind is running around her. Thunder's getting louder, louder, louder.
Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle. I can't let you go now that I got it. All I need is to be struck by your electric love. Baby, your electric love. Electric love.
Rushing through me, feel your energy rushing through me.
Feel your energy rushing through me. Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle. I can't let you go now that I've got it.
And all I need is to be struck by your electric love.
Baby, your electric love. Electric love. Baby, you're electric.
Hello, my name is Naomi Fernandez and I'm a singer in the women's ensemble. The song you're about to hear elicits emotion of being torn to pieces but standing tall and staying true to yourself. This song is called Lovely and it is composed by Billie Eilish, Phineas, and Khalid. So let's take in how powerful the song is with our women's ensemble.
walking out of time, looking for a better place, looking for a better place. Something's on my mind, always in my headspace. But I know someday I'll make it out of here, even if it takes all night or 100 years. Need a place to hide, but I can't find one here. Wanna feel alive outside. I can't fight my fear. Oh yeah, hello, welcome home. Little surfer, little one, make my heart come all undone. Do you love me? Do you, surfer girl, my little surfer girl? I have watched you on the shore, standing by the ocean's roar. Do you love me? Do you, surfer girl, surfer girl, surfer girl? We could ride the surf together while our love would grow. In my woody, I would take you everywhere I go. So I say from me to you, I will make your dreams come true. Do you love me? Do you, surfer girl, surfer girl, my little surfer girl, little girl, surfer girl, my little surfer girl, little girl, surfer girl, my little surfer girl, little girl, surfer girl, my little surfer girl.
word hallelujah essentially means rejoice. With the school year coming to a close, take a moment and think about what you rejoice and are happy about in your life. The time-old piece, Hallelujah, was originally composed by Jeff Buckley. However, the version our chamber choir will be singing today is arranged by none other than the talented a cappella group Pentatonics. Our choir has greatly enjoyed the beautiful blend of harmonies in this dynamic piece. In the middle of the song, a verse reads, "And love is not a victory march." This lyric is especially meaningful because it shows the complexity of love and happiness. It implies that love and happiness, the things that we rejoice about in life, are not always an instant success. As the poet Ralph Waldo Emerson points out, it's all about the journey, not the destination. With this in mind, our chamber choir is excited to share with you our very own recording of Hallelujah.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
The song Rise Up, originally composed by Andrade and Jennifer DeSalvio, is a song of empowerment, encouragement, and hope for those who are in despair or feel alone. This performance was arranged by Mac Huff and relates to the hardships faced by people throughout this pandemic and all that has stemmed from it. The song speaks to the feelings of being broken down, tired, in despair and darkness, and returns with phrases which instill hope and replace those fears with inspirations and aspirations. In the song, the choir sings, "We'll rise up high like the waves, we'll rise up in spite of the ache, we'll rise up and we'll do it 1,000 times again, for you." These lyrics give a sense of community when saying "we" in the beginning of each phrase, and provide a feeling of support in the closing words. These words are a beacon of hope for those who feel alone in the darkness or as if they can't fight any longer, and assures them that they are not alone in that fight and that there is so much light and love in this world to live for.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out.
Move mountains.
We gon' walk it out.
Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you.
When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet.
Move mountains.
Bring it to its feet.
Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, I will rise, I will rise, I will rise for you, I will rise for you.
All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other, and we will rise, 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 we will rise.
I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000
Hello, my name is Sophia Menzel, and I'm a senior here in the Vintage Chamber Choir. The song we will now be singing is called Old Irish Blessing, with music written by Marvin Gaspard. Last year at the end of chamber camp, we all stood in a circle and sang this to the seniors. In that moment, I didn't quite realize how much choir had impacted my life, but now that I'm a senior myself, I think I finally do. When singing, it's a sentimental way of saying goodbye and sending the best wishes to those who are graduating and moving on in life, such as going to college. The first time I heard this song, it gave me heartwarming chills, and it still continues to give me the same effects every time I hear it. It's hard for me to say this is one of the last times I'll be singing it with this choir. I've appreciated all the time spent with them, and I'll miss it very much.
May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. The sunshine warm upon you. The rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, and until we meet again, may God hold you, may He hold you in the If I can reach the stars, pull one down for you.
Shine it on my heart.
So you can see the truth. Then this love I have inside is everything it seems.
But for now I find it's only in my dreams
That I can change the world. I will be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good. If I could change the world. I could be king, even for a day.
take you as my queen.
I'd have it no other way.
And our love will rule in this kingdom we have made.
Till then I'd be a fool, wishing for the day
That I can change the world.
change the world. If I could change the
Before we sing our final song, I'd like to acknowledge a few individuals who have been such an important part of keeping our program running smoothly during this past year with the pandemic. Dan D'Angelo has been an outstanding Music Boosters president for the last 4 years, and since his son Nico is graduating this year, he'll be stepping down as president. It's hard to express into words, Dan, what we feel in our hearts, but we appreciate and thank you so much. We'd also like to thank our music office manager, Susie Cosper, who kept our bills paid, our copier functioning, and most importantly, kept us laughing in the music office during these uncertain times. Thank you, Susie. And now, I'd like to honor and thank our student choir officers, an essential part of our choir program. Normally, I would be putting the awards around their necks myself at our final choir concert, but instead we have photos of them tonight with their awards on, so we'll show those to you now. Our social media officer is Kayla Tavacoli. Choir secretary is Grace Beeland. Choir vice president is Amelie McGrath. And we have 3 choir co-presidents: Ashley Hall, Anthony Merrick, and Luke Shea. We're so grateful to you all for your flexibility and willingness to lead during such an unprecedented school year. And please sing with us or listen as the combined concert choir and chamber singers close our concert with our traditional benediction, "The Lord bless you and keep you."
The